Hey, this is Brian again, and I'd like to ask you to do a favor. We can't do this work without people like you, so if you can, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about Bring Back the Porch.
You know, we reach out via social media, or we've done mailers, things like that, and we're looking for families in the community that are in need of safe, affordable housing.
I don't think you have to look too far here.
No, there's definitely a need for housing.
This episode of Bring Back the Porch brought to you by Bernie Leahy, River Street Realty. Let's get you home. Habitat for Humanity has been rather quiet for a number of years in Medicine Hat until now. Joining us from Habitat for Humanity is Annette Fahselt-Andreas. Welcome to the porch.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you just came from a groundbreaking ceremony. You're actually having another build.
Yes, we are, and very excited about it. This is our first one since 2020, so we've worked very hard at fundraising and getting ready to start our new build.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Habitat for Humanity, I believe, started down in the United States, in the state of Georgia. And, of course, one of the people that you might remember would be the former president of the United States, Jimmy Carter, who was from Georgia. And he helped on a lot of the builds. And he raised the profile, I think, of Habitat for Humanity right across the world. Canada, I think, 1985 it began in Winkler, Manitoba. So we're glad that we're in Medicine Hat. How many have we done in Medicine Hat now?
I think a total of roughly 12.
12. That's a lot.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And you ever hear from any of the families?
We do, yeah. We actually just had a home come back too, and we refurbished it and put a new family into a home and changed their lives. So
yeah. Let's talk a little bit about what Habitat for Humanity does in Medicine Hat, how you work and how you find people and all of that.
Okay. Well, we initially have to fundraise. Our local chapter has the onus of raising a large portion of the build locally, securing land in the community, and the city's been a great partner working with us on that. And then once we've kind of secured the land and we, have a direction that we're ready to go and have a certain amount of income in the bank account, then we start searching for families. We reach out via social media, or we've done mailers, things like that, and we're looking for families in the community that are in need of safe, affordable housing.
I don't think you have to look too far here. Yeah.
No, there's definitely a need for housing.
Yeah. Now, the build that you just started, who's the family? Are they from Medicine Hat?
We have two families in queue right now, but they are local families, yes. We don't have them secured quite yet. There's a lot of work that goes into qualifying for the mortgages for them, but we have two in the queue right now.
So someone's interested. How do they get a hold of you, and how do they get in the queue?
So if they're interested and they want to know if they qualify for the program, they would go to habitatsouthernalberta.ca/own-a-home, and then there's an eligibility quiz on there that they can take, and if they qualify, then it takes it a step further, and someone would reach out from the Calgary office to chat with them and look at further application.
Okay. Now, part of Habitat for Humanity, probably the part that is most visible in Medicine Hat, is the Restore.
Yes.
That is a very, very good place to go when you're looking for something.
It is, yeah. You can get some pretty great deals there.
Yeah.
So our Restore, our board is completely separate, although we do partner with the Restore. So all of the funds from the Restore go to basically for administration costs, so that any money that comes into the program stays directly locally going to the build for families.
Okay. And people can donate items there too.
They actually can, yes. And we also take monetary donations as well.
Okay.
Yep.
For both the Restore and...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What other programs do you work with here? I noticed on the website that there was one there that actually would help young people learn how to build. I don't know if you're involved in that, but it was interesting because it would allow people to learn some skills to become tradespeople.
I know Calgary, things like that, they have a little bigger reach and a little, like their homeowners are actually able to work on the build for themselves. We don't have the option of doing that here. It's a liability and an insurance issue, and we just don't have a big enough team here.
Okay.
Yeah.
When a family is chosen, they must put in some sweat equity.
Yes. So we try to kind of steer away from the sweat equity now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because we can't do that here. So the family does have to volunteer as part of their home ownership, though. So they're required to do 500 hours in the community for volunteering anywhere they want.
When you have a board here, what is the role of the board?
So fundraising is a very large portion of it. Fundraising, partnering with other organizations, other builders, other trades in the community. And also partnering with the Restore as well to fundraise there when we have the opportunity to piggyback on something that they're doing. And we have a family team as well. So once we secure a family, then they would go out and interview the family, see what their living situation is like, those kinds of things.
How's the community been receptive to Habitat for Humanity?
A few years ago when we did the build in 2020, we had a little bit of pushback because there seems to be some misconceptions about Habitat. Because of their builds in third world, people think that it applies similarly, and they're very different programs. So we've used that as an opportunity to educate people, and the feedback recently seems to be a lot more positive just in educating people. And
okay. When you own a home, there's always repairs. That's the part that they never tell you about, is that
right.
When something breaks, if you're owning the home, you've got to fix it. Do you have any programs to help people with that?
We do. They actually, as a homeowner, they go through homeownership training, budgeting training as well as part of their commitment to their mortgage. So we set them up for success rather than, getting into something and then not understanding.
Okay. Volunteers, can they work on the build?
No.
Not because of liability, I suspect.
Yeah.
It used to be. I helped with the build once.
Yeah, and in Calgary, where they have ongoing large-scale builds where they're doing 50 units at a time, they have a builder pretty much on site all the time to supervise people, whereas we're only doing, double homes like a duplex, and we don't necessarily have a builder that's available to supervise them.
Okay, so how can people help?
We're always looking for volunteers, absolutely. When it comes down to the build, we are allowed actually to do landscaping and things like that. So that's always a great way to jump in and help. We host build days where you can come to site and actually do some of that stuff. We build a fence and a deck and some of those items.
Yeah, like work bees?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, we're going to be building the fence today. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like fun. What else can you tell us about Habitat for Humanity in Medicine Hat?
We are a very, very small group of people, so our volunteers work very hard. There's only 5 of us on the board, I believe. The home that we're building is a duplex, so each side will be between 12 to 1,300 square feet. They are a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath build, and we can build out the basement if the family required more bedrooms than the 3. And then, I don't know, did you want to talk about like basic qualifications for the program?
Like what do you need to be?
So you need to have a child under the age of 18. A minimum employment income of $40,000 per year, depending on location, but that's kind of the baseline we've set for Medicine Hat. And that only has to be from one household member. There is a maximum household income as well, because we don't want people that would qualify for a traditional mortgage. At least one member of the household must be working full-time hours, and they need consistent employment history for 2 years. It doesn't have to be at the same place like it does with a regular mortgage, but it's consistent. You can't currently own real estate in Canada or anywhere else, and all family members have to be Canadian citizens or permanent residents, so they have to have been in Alberta for at least 2 years to qualify.
Okay. Any age requirements?
No, just the child under the age of 18 is kind of the only.
Would a grandchild?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think they may consider that, especially if you're raising. They would need documentation to show that you're raising them. But I'm sure that would be considered.
Do you work with lenders as well too to arrange for the mortgages?
No, Habitat is the mortgage holder.
Okay.
So every time we sell a home, those mortgage payments go back into a large build fund, and it gets recycled for us to be able to build more houses.
Okay, so everybody's helping everybody.
That's right. Yep.
Okay, so people want to volunteer. How do they do it?
They can go onto the Habitat Southern Alberta website as well. I'm happy for someone to reach out to me at any point as well. And
Okay. Well, hopefully people will put their hands up and get involved because, as we say, Habitat has been kind of quiet for the last couple of years here in Medicine Hat, but it's nice to know that you're back and helping people find a home, which is key, as it says on your shirt.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much for the visit, Annette.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Hey, this is Brian again, and I'd like to ask you to do a favor. We can't do this work without people like you, so if you can, please like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends about Bring Back the Porch.